I drove out with the kids after school. We get there. He comes home. I'm like annoyed just because like I've been like I had to go drive and like he was just having fun and getting all bombed. I was just bitter. I was just annoyed. So whatever. We have a nice night. We wake up the next morning and he's left the car for me and gone with his buddies and his brother, so I can have the car during the day to go do whatever I want to do while he's golfing. I wake up and everyone's like, I want breakfast. Can you go to the deli, get me bacon, egg, and cheeses or whatever?
Who's everyone?
My kids.
Yeah, I thought that voice was representative of your children.
No, but if I go get them breakfast, then whoever else is in the house, like there was like a cousin, my sister-in-law.
Oh, you're going to get breakfast?
I'll go get for them too.
Of course.
So I wake up, no one's awake but them, obviously, and I'm like, all right, let me go get in the car. I left the keys in the car. The car won't start. So I'm like, okay, the keys are not in here. He must have locked it and brought it in. So I go in. I can't find the keys anywhere. I've looked on the hutch. I've looked downstairs. I've looked in the couch cushion. There's nowhere. Now I'm pissed and I FaceTime him and I'm torturing him while he's golfing.
But that was more about him golfing.
Right. I'm like, oh, you just golfed. You're golfing again. And I'm stuck here and I have no way to like drive around or do anything. I'm stuck in this house.
Number one, there's three things here. Number one, you shouldn't make him feel bad about having a good time.
Fuck you.
Okay, I got that. Number two, I think it's hilarious that you're looking for your keys like an old person in an I'm getting Alzheimer's medication commercial.
Yeah.
And number three, you're sounding very much like Steven Crowder on that tape with his ex-wife. Or his, they're divorced, his ex-wife.
Okay.
Well,
we were soon to be divorced, so don't worry.
That's the other theme, by the way.
Yeah.
Every week you come on here, you were just at a party and also
about to get divorced.
We're thinking divorce.
So I'm just annoyed because I drove the car. I left the keys in there so I knew where they were. Why did you have to take them out and put them anywhere? Whatever. And so now we're calling. I hang up. I rage text. Eventually I'm like, whatever. And he texts me, I'm really sorry. Just take Katie's car, my sister-in-law's. So I'm like, okay, fine.
Wow, what a guy to handle that.
Please. He just knew that he was in trouble for playing golf again. No one needs to play golf twice in 24 hours. It's unnecessary.
Right. He doesn't get that much opportunity.
Okay, anyways. So I take Katie's car. I get to the deli. It's a bomb deli. I get everybody what they want. I get some bagels and cream cheese, bacon, egg, and cheeses. And I'm parked right outside and I get back in the car. I throw all my stuff. I've got coffees for everybody. I got coffees in the cup holders. I everything's ready. Close the door and I'm like, okay, you've secured the breakfast.
Breakfast is secured.
It's secured for the little fuckers and the car won't start. So now my sister-in-law's car has died and I am like 15 minutes away from the house at some deli. I couldn't tell you really where I even was. I don't know the area very well. So I'm like, okay, you're going to figure this out. So I get out almost like when it's like restart. Have you tried restarting the computer? I like got out, like closed the door, like got back in. I don't think that would do anything, but I didn't know what to do. I was like, I'm screwed.
You thought opening and shutting the door
I don't know.
was the same as restarting the computer?
I hate your guts. So I'm pressing every button. I'm pulling things. It's not my car.
The door and the motor are connected?
Fuck you. I don't know. This is not my car. Mm-hmm. But I'm like, oh no, I must have done something. And maybe if I call her.
Did you slam the door or just shut it?
I slammed it.
Okay,
so
I was
really
gonna say,
restart it.
Yeah.
It's not going to restart properly if I don't. So I'm like, okay, the kids are on their iPads, and I looking for my phone through my purse to see where to see if I can FaceTime them and be like, go wake up Aunt Katie. Maybe she can be like, oh, that happens sometimes. Pull this or press this or do this. I'm thinking, okay, and I'm mortified, and I've already been through it, and it's like not even 9 o'clock in the morning yet, right? So as I'm going, I see like a lady, she's coming out and I'm like, oh, maybe she, because I'm, you know me, I'm like this. And so she could see that I'm having trouble. So I open the door and I like put the phone down and I'm like, this is a mess. I can't start my car. Do you think you could help me? And she's kind of like coming around, like looking, and she's looking like trying to assess the situation. And I was like, this is so embarrassing. And she goes, ma'am, this is my car. I was like, what? She was like, this is my car. I look over, my sister-in-law's car is right next to the car that I'm in. And I didn't just get in and go, oh shit, this is not my car. Or walk up and be like, oh no, it's not my car.
You got in.
I was in the car. I'm fucking with all her stuff. I'm pulling everything. I'm prodding everything. I'm poking.
You slammed the door.
I definitely spilled coffee in her car because I put all the coffees like in the cup holders. I slammed and she goes,
sitting in her car.
I'm fully sitting in her car and she's walking up slowly to assess the situation. I thought to help me. She
thought you were a car
She
robber.
thought I was robbing. She thought I was trying to steal her car. Then I look up at the deli window and the whole family's in there like laughing, watching me. watching me. So then she goes, I go, oh my God, ma'am, I'm so sorry. I ma'amed her. Ma'am, I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is mortifying. And I'm packing up all my stuff, the coffee's, the bag, the bacon, egg, and cheese bags, my water, my phone, everything. And I'm like this. And she goes, it's okay. I've done this before. And I dropped the stuff and I looked right at her and I said, no, you haven't. Never done this before, ever. You don't have to say that to make me feel better.
Want to know a secret? Nobody has.
Nobody has done that. No. I'm an asshole.
Nobody's done that before.
And
15 minutes?
I have no words for myself. I quit. I think I quit life.
Yeah, because she went home and she told her whole family about that.
And she kept being, no, it's okay. I was like, it's not okay.
It's not okay.
It's not okay.
It's not. You were right about that.
It's not okay. Like, who does that? And then everyone I told was like, when I told like my family, my friends, when they got home, I was like, they were like, how did you not know that this wasn't your car? I'm like, Katie's car is not my car. I was in it for the first time for like 5 minutes to get everybody breakfast because I didn't have access to my fucking car. So I was in there. That doesn't.
The keys?
I didn't lose the keys.
Oh, okay.
So that I can't. This doesn't feel like my car. This doesn't.
Well, it's not your car, but it is your
but
sister-in-law's
like they were like,
car.
but you were just in that car 5 minutes ago.
Right.
You didn't notice that felt different. I was like, it didn't really feel that different to me. It really didn't.
Was it a different type of car?
Yes. Now I did notice one thing,
They
but
just both happen to be sedans.
You know when the ignition button thing that you press?
This one,
You
yeah,
know this one?
yeah.
I noticed when I was like, oh, that's cute. Katie added this. Where'd she get that little thing? Because when I got in the wrong car, that chick's car, I saw like a thing that was surrounding it that was like glittery and sparkly. And I was like, oh, that's cool that Katie got that. It's not her. She didn't get that.
She didn't get that. And the reason you didn't notice it on the way there, because it wasn't there on the way there. It's somebody else's car.
So then when Matt got home from golf and I had been over it at that point, he's like, all right, I got to find the keys. He does one loop around the house and then is like, there they are. And there's like on the ground. But like, that's not a place they should be. They were in his pocket. I think they fell out. They were like half underneath the couch. But he's like, wow, that was hard. And I was like, that's not the point. You effer.
He said that was hard.
That was hard. And I was like, is that necessary to say that after the morning I've been through?
You've had a day already.
I've had a day.
And it's not even lunchtime yet. What did he say about you breaking into somebody's
Oh,
car?
he loved it.
Yeah.
Oh, he loved it.
What is it? I mean, what is it about this area where people just leave their cars unlocked and their keys in their car?
I left Katie's unlocked. That's why I got right in because I knew that I kept it unlocked. We were like in the boonies. We're in the middle of nowhere.
I mean, lock your car.
No. What's in there? None of my shit.
Apparently a person. A human being.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
I mean, so when something like that happens, did it relieve like all the sort of, because you were obviously very tense already.
no, because then no one was awake. I had to tell somebody what just happened. I was mortified and I felt like I was on candid camera and I felt like everybody was watching me. I literally peeled out like, because I was so embarrassed.
The family inside the store was watching.
They're
you?
pointing and laughing. Pointing and laughing at me.
Look at her.
Look at that fucking idiot.
And that means they were watching the whole time.
Whole time. And it's weird because there were men in there and they sent out this chick, even though it was her car. What if I was dangerous? What if I was armed? What if I had a switchblade like a thug like you?
You don't look like a thug.
No? Okay.
If it were me doing that, they would have sent out a big dude.
Right.
Not you, though. That's part of being a thug. Yeah. And that's okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was not
That's
ideal.
great that they were just watching you.
Yeah. So we ended up having a nice weekend, but then when we got home back into New York City, we always, if I have laundry that like accumulates during a weekend, I just ask someone for a garbage bag and say like, hey, can I just throw all my laundry in there? And then as soon as I get home, throw it in the laundry. Done. Easy. Boom, boom, boom.
No problem.
So that's what I did. We got home. We're sitting there getting ready to watch football because that's what men do.
I love football.
On Sunday. I know you do.
And Monday and Thursday.
And then Keegan, Billy / Grimace.
Right.
He goes,
You mean the one who had mentioned to your ex-babysitter, why'd you fire her?
Yeah, he's really bad. 1,000. Well, wait for this. He goes, I'm going to do some chores for you guys. And I was like, okay, things are looking up. So he starts dragging our bags into like our respective rooms. I was like, thanks, buddy. That's so good. And then all of a sudden I hear the door close. I'm like, where did he go, Matt? He goes, I don't know. He's probably playing in the hallway. And I'm like, no, why? He's not playing in the hallway. No one's playing in the hallway. So he comes back in. He
You
goes,
at the Overlook Hotel?
No,
just riding his tricycle around.
Red rum. And he walks back in as I'm walking towards the door, and he goes, well, that's done. Took out the garbage for you too. And I was like, What are you talking about? He goes, yep, put it right down the chute. Matt jumped. He was like, what? See, there's an incinerator that he sent our clothes. It was a lot of clothes down to because he wanted to help us do chores. I'm glad you're laughing at my at all of my
He
sadness.
burnt all your clothes up?
Well, we called down to the front desk and said, like, what do we do? The super comes up. He's like, you got to come down with me. So, like, the Matt goes, you're going. I was like, I am not fucking going.
Right.
I already got in some stranger's car and tried to steal it.
It's been
this weekend. This has been a weekend.
Yeah, guess what?
You're going.
You got to do your golfing.
Go dig through the garbage in the incinerator and get your hands burned off.
Right.
And you get it.
If it's actively on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they go down. It was not actively on yet.
Whew.
It was not at the top because we live in a big building. A lot of people were throwing the garbage down along with Keegan, just trying to do the chores.
It's
on
the end of
Sunday.
the weekend.
It's the end of the weekend. And he came up like with the bag.
Do you understand? Like, that's one of those things where, like, if I saw that happening,
Oh, you would have loved it.
if I saw Keegan holding that garbage bag and heading to the
You would have been
hall,
like, go.
I go, oh my God, this is actually going to happen. Oh, holy shit.
All I heard
Like,
was the door slam.
I go, he just went the whole way. He just went the whole way. Oh. I'd be listening. So, shh.
It's happening.
Just waiting to hear that. He did it!
Yeah.
He did it!
Do you know
He
what's
really did it!
also so funny? The first time we ever said, "Can you bring this recycling out? Can you bring the garbage out?" He goes, "I can't lift it." Like if you ever lived in an apartment, which I know you have.
Yeah, sure, of
Anybody
course.
listening to the Satisfying Podcast, well, you have to open up this big chute, which is heavy, and to try to get it in and get it down takes a little muscle. So he's
Yeah.
never been able to do it before, and has said, "I can't do it. It's too heavy." But oddly, on a day that was not actually the garbage, he was able to somehow make it happen.
Oh. So how did he react when you were like,
Hysterically crying.
he was sad.
He was so sad. He
Did
was
you
just-
try to comfort him, or is it just like
I
a
comforted
scene
him
of camp?
after I snapped. I needed to freak out first.
I feel like your house, there's a lot of that.
Yeah.
Like there's
I was like, buddy, you did such a great job. But like,
emotional highs and freakouts, and then once the dust settles,
we're
now,
like a bipolar family. Like
Yeah.
high highs, low lows.
now let's all just
come together.
love
as
each
one.
other
And
and
then we
come together.
snuggled. But
Right.